Lumine. Hello, travelers! Welcome to the version 4.8 special program. I'm Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of the female traveler Lumine. Before we get the ball rolling, let's introduce our other hosts.
Yay! Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Aviles, and I voice Emelie, a famous perfumer from Fontaine.
Hey guys, my name is Danny Chambers, and I'm the voice of Nilou, a talented dancer from Sumeru.
Yeah!
And I'm Julia Gu, the voice of Kirara, a courier from Inazuma.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
So cute.
I am so happy to have you guys here. Okay, y'all can probably guess why we're all here today. It's time for us to show off a new limited time summer map.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see what the developers have been cooking up this time.
Yes.
I haven't even seen the final version.
Ooh. Well, that's what the version 4.8 trailer is for. Let's take a look.
Yes!
Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition.
That strange smell around here.
Hey, what's up, wrong person? How you doing, man?
And your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself
Hello, Elijah. What's up? What's up?
emotions and you lose the ability to think rationally. I'm Emelie, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Reconstitute! This'll brighten up the place.
The hero from another world, supported by their companions, shall restore peace to the world.
4.8 is gonna be fun, you know? Well, yeah, there's the new region. Well, the summer region.
Morning. Huh? It wasn't just a dream?
But this Nekomata friend of yours, she doesn't eat hamsters, does she?
I remember I was reading a book at the Grand Bazaar. Well, then I woke up just like this.
Waiting for the banner? Yelan isn't confirmed? I'm gonna pull Furina on my second account.
So this is
Oh, you haven't watched the special program?
You're really easy to please,
I'm just
Navia.
watching the VOD. The special program is done, actually. It finished like an hour ago.
Moving out.
No, actually more than an hour ago.
That's an adventure and a half. Do all storybook heroes have to work this hard?
Yeah, Yelan is confirmed. Yelan's confirmed,
If you
wrong person.
actually expect me to answer
Second
the
half,
call,
though. Second half.
We'll be here until the next Interdarshan Championship.
Yelan's on the second half with Emelie.
Find the dragon responsible for this whole mess.
Hey, what's up, Scarlet? Maybe late, but I'm here. No, you're just in time, man. We just started. You know, I'm kind of impressed. They made an entirely new region for summer. Like, you know, like with the Golden Apple Archipelago, they gave us the original Golden Apple Archipelago, and then next summer they just reran the same region, but like changed a bunch of stuff. Now, granted, it was a lot of stuff that they changed, and they probably had to like start almost completely from scratch. The only difference being, no, actually. Yeah, because the islands were different too. The islands were completely different. Okay, yeah, never mind. I scratched that. I take that back. Yeah, I guess even though the second summer event we got ever was also the Golden Apple Archipelago, but technically it was, at least lore-wise, but like 3D model-wise, I don't think there was anything that was the same.
Wow, this is making
So every
me feel
summer we've
super
gotten
ready for
something
some
new.
Summer adventures.
So, this is probably the perfect place to show off our new character.
Last time was Bottle
Oh
Land.
my gosh, that,
They did
that
before
was a perfect
Fontaine.
segue.
Now they're doing this before Natlan.
Perfect segue, of course.
Yes. All right, let's introduce
Yeah, the,
everyone to one of Fontaine's most renowned
Melorium Mirage.
Emelie.
Yeah, what it was called.
Oh, Emelie isn't just a great perfumer. She's also a pharmacology and botany expert.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. Doesn't one of Clorinde's voice lines mention that Emelie has a true profession and identity that stayed a mystery up till now?
We'll know once we've learned more about her. A casual stroll after a meal aids digestion and increases blood circulation. So, would you like to join?
Yikes.
Neutralize! Fresh and floral!
Oh my god.
They certainly know how to show off, don't they?
She's so cool.
Right? I love her shoes.
Yes.
They're so
And did you
cool.
see when she smelled the perfume? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that detail.
Yeah.
Yes, she's so elegant, like just the way she moves. Like it's
Is
just-
that like? By the way, so one thing I'm
beautiful.
noticing is Emily's
I know, right?
VA.
So, let me tell you.
Like, is that
Emelie
how
is
she
the most
normally
renowned
talks? Like,
perfumer in Fontaine. The new products that she releases usually sell out immediately.
What?
Well, almost. So if you want to get your hands on one of her perfumes, then
right?
be
Like
prepared
the
to
way
start
she's
lining up
talking,
at 4 in the
it sounds like
morning.
she's like she has her lips puckered up the whole
Emily
time.
has another identity on top of her trade as a perfumer.
Is that how she normally
She's
talks?
a forensic
Because like what I've
cleaner.
noticed with you know with like
She's
when
the one who
VAs
cleans up crime scenes
do
after
the
an
special programs,
investigation
like
has
they
been
host the special
concluded.
programs, they seem to talk
She's a very experienced
just
cleaner,
out of
so
character,
she
and they
often
seem to
picks
just
up
talk
details
as
and
themselves
scraps of evidence
and
that
not
other
in
people
character.
overlooked.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, but
she's kind
Emily's
of like a
VA seems
forensic
to be. I
examiner.
don't know if
You
that's
know,
how her VA
Sheriff
actually
mentioned
talks
it in one of her
IRL.
voice lines. She said that Emily's chemistry knowledge is super
think it
helpful
is.
for uncovering
It's
hidden
possible.
clues during investigations. She can tell what type of perfume that
A
someone
perfumer
wears
smelling
and where they've
perfume,
been
how
spending
unique.
time. Okay, it all makes sense now.
This is basically
It's because of her
this is
forensic
Dendro
work.
Yinger.
That also explains
guys
how
remember
Emily and Sheriff
Yinger?
got so close.
Absolutely.
Emily isn't really my
Forensic
favorite,
cleaning is a lot
unfortunately.
more
If I get
dangerous
Furina, I'll
than
probably
creating
save until
perfumes.
Natlan update 5.0.
Emily
Oh
generally
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
talk
Like
about
no,
her other
Emily
identity
does
in order
not
to avoid retaliation
like,
from suspects.
I don't think
So
any
most people
Dendro
only
character
know her as
could
a
replace
famous
Furina.
perfumer.
Oh,
Especially
Emily's
because like
probably
she's an
been through all
Archon. She's
sorts of
actually an
stressful
Archon, so like
situations,
I
from,
highly doubt that
high-end venues
Hoyo wants to
gruesome
like
crime scenes.
power
Ooh,
creep
ooh,
Archons.
It must take a lot of mental toughness.
He
to
talks in
handle
small.
all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. That's okay. That's actually a very apt
And her
description,
professional
Shinrin.
experiences
She talks in small.
contribute
Yeah,
to
yeah,
her unique
exactly.
combat style. Emily is a Dendropole arm user. When she unleashes her elemental skill, she creates a Lumidouce case that deals AoE Dendro damage.
Ooh, I bet that skill releases a really nice fragrance.
I know! The Lumidouce case is a creation that Emily is really proud of. It fires puffs of pure dew at nearby opponents periodically, which deals Dendro damage.
Oh.
When nearby opponents are affected by the burning reaction, the Lumidouce case will accumulate scents at intervals.
Oh.
I know, right? After collecting 2 scents, the Lumidouce case will be upgraded from level 1 to level 2. At level 2, the Lumidouce case can fire an extra puff of pure dew.
Oh.
The damage dealt by the puffs of pure dew will also be increased. Only one Lumidouce case created by Emelie can exist at a time.
Wait, does that mean it's pointless to collect scents once you've already reached level 2, though?
Oh no, not at all. After Emelie's passive talent, Lingering Fragrance has been unlocked. The level 2 Lumidouce case will release Clear Dew Cologne that scales with every 2 scents collected. The cologne will deal AoE Dendro damage to nearby opponents.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, only enemies under the burning status will create scents, and the damage
Sorry, what
release
was that?
Clear Dew Cologne. No, not at all. After Emelie's passive talent, Lingering Fragrance has been unlocked. The level 2 Lumidouce case will release Clear Dew Cologne that scales with every 2 scents collected. The cologne will deal AoE Dendro damage to nearby opponents.
So that's really what I'm looking for. So the AoE Dendro, because like its normal off-field Dendro app seems to be single target. At least like I'm looking at the footage here. And then like they mention, okay, there's AoE as well, but I don't see it.
Level 2 Lumidouce case will release
Okay, there's AoE.
Lingering Fragrance has been unlocked. The level 2 Lumidouce case will release
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm assuming that's it, but okay. Seems mostly single target and a bit of AoE. Hey, what's up, Shuri? How you doing, man? Natlan preview. Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I actually reviewed the special program before I started the stream. She's too ladylike to be a polearm user. That's exactly what I thought. I was really disappointed when I saw her doing her polearm animations. I was like, I don't know. Well, maybe not disappointed. Okay, so some part of me was disappointed, and some part of me was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Mighty? How you doing, man? Did notice Navia and Yelan are going to be back as well for version 4.8, so maybe this is my chance to get those two. And Emelie before we go to Natlan 5.0. Yeah, certainly. Emelie sounds like she's the way Emelie's VA talks sounds like she's telling a story, a bedtime story, to a toddler. It's time for a bedtime story.
Clear Dew Cologne that
You do cologne.
scales with every 2 cents collected.
It scales with every 2 cents collected. Okay, that one was bad. That one was terrible. But
The cologne will deal AoE dendro damage to nearby opponents.
Okay, so if I'm understanding
yeah, she literally sounds like she's telling a bedtime story to a toddler. Is that? I mean, like, nothing wrong with that. It's it's just hard to ignore. Navia and Yelan are both actually very pretty. Why must there be so many characters that I want right after Furina's banner? Yeah, and like here's an okay. So you did say you're not a fan of Emelie, but like, you gotta admit, their designers know their jobs.
this correctly, only enemies under the burning status will create scents, and the damage scales with the number of scents collected by the Lumidouce case.
Exactly.
So, you know, like, what I'm getting from this, like, okay, so the most important part of this that I'm seeing is just, okay, cool, there's Dendro app. There's off-field
And the
Dendro
damage
app.
scales with the number of scents collected by the...
So it seems
to nearby
be,
opponents.
like, look at that.
Okay, so if I'm understanding
Look
this
at how
correctly,
often it's
only enemies
attacking.
under the burning status will create scents, and the damage scales with the number of scents collected by...
Does it attack with the character? With the on-field character?
Oh, the damage dealt by the puffs of Pure Dew will also be increased. Only one Lumidouce case created by Emelie can exist at a time.
Oh, wait, does that mean it's pointless to collect scents once you've already reached level 2, though?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh, no,
After
no.
Emelie's passive talent,
So it seems to be coming out in
Fragrance
bursts
has
of
been
2.
unlocked.
Like,
the level 2 Lumidouce
attack,
case
attack.
will release Clear Dew
Attack,
Cologne
attack.
that scales with every 2 cents collected.
actually watched it live. It was good. After our polearm is EM. another Shangling polearm? Are you kidding me? No, you weren't late, Jace. You weren't late. We actually just started.
The cologne will deal
Only enemies under the burning status will create scents, and the damage scales with the number of scents collected by the Lumidouce case.
Exactly. That sums it up perfectly. Oh, after unlocking one of her specific talents, Emelie will deal greater damage to enemies under the burning condition. And when a Lumidouce case is on the field, it increases the entire party's resistance to burning damage.
Oh.
I think, wow, you know what? I don't think that alone is going to bring burning into the meta, but it's certainly going to make it a lot less deadly. Because, like, okay, burning is just like, there's zero burning in the meta. Like, the only time, like, I don't know, like, the only people who would, like, do a burning team are, like, they're just memeing. With, like, what was the team called? Oven? The Oven team? Like, with Venti and Nahida and, like, whoever else that was. Class again this August, so I kind of need to. Well, good things can never last forever, right? I guess. Yeah, but like resistance to burning, okay, I guess it's going to at least make it so that burning isn't as deadly as it normally is. But I don't know if that's enough to bring burning into the meta. Granted, we do have a burning artifact set already, so I mean, there's that.
Oh, okay. Now I understand how Emily's talents can work in a party. So, once you use her Lumidouce case to apply Dendro to your enemies, you can use a Pyro skill with a different character to trigger the burning condition.
Uh-huh, that's exactly right.
Okay.
And the Lumidouce case has even more functionalities.
Oh.
After you've unleashed Emily's elemental burst, the case has even more functionalities.
Oh.
After you've
They're just showing off. Yeah, they're just straight up showing off at this point. Nilou and Kirara's outfits. Oh yeah, they were good. They were good. I'm actually pretty excited to get. Okay, kind of sad that I just do not have any teams that use Kirara. But yeah, I can't. I gotta admit, Kirara's new skin is pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited to get it. Skipping just because I got enough Dendro characters built. By Nilou? No. I mean, like, not gonna. Yeah, I gotta admit, Nilou's new skin was also really good. But yeah, no, I don't have I don't have any Genesis crystals. I don't have enough saved up yet from the Wilkins. And once I do have enough for a skin saved up, I'm actually going to buy a Jean skin with the Genesis crystals. I'm not gonna use Jean a lot, but like I like Jean's skin, so I just want to have it. Grizzly Cake stuck in Fontaine basement.
After you've unleashed Emily's elemental burst, the Lumidouce case will rise to level 3 and collect the existing Lumidouce case on the field.
Oh, that's cool.
This fully upgraded Lumidouce case will cause scented dew to continuously descend onto nearby enemies, dealing dendro damage.
Scented dew? What is
that's
scented
cool.
This
dew?
fully upgraded Lumidouce case will cause scented dew to continuously descend onto nearby enemies, dealing dendro damage.
Yeah.
When the level 3 Lumidouce
It
case
seems to be different now. Is it just me, or does that look bigger? The projectile. Not coming back in Natlan. Literally, they showed 3 different types of Pokemon, and that's it. I thought it's supposed to be a nation of war / dragons. Very disappointed. Yeah, but I gotta admit, like, the characters look cool. Characters look pretty cool.
leaves the field, a new Lumidouce case will be created. This case will be at the same level as the one she collected during her burst.
Okay, so if a level...
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the thing, the summoned structure changed from like the lower level.
So if a
higher
level
one
2
into the lower
Lumidouce
level one.
case is about to lead the field, then you could unleash Emelie's...
The same level as the one
So that's
one
the
she
level 3 one, I guess.
did during her burst.
Okay,
And then there it is, changed to the
so
lower
if a
one.
level 2 Lumidouce case is about to lead the field, then you could unleash Emelie's elemental burst to reset its duration. That way the level 2 Lumidouce case will be able to spend even more time on the field.
Bingo! It seems like you've really figured out her kit, but we should let travelers experiment with these mechanics for themselves.
Okay, I think I understand Emelie a lot better now that we've learned about her skills. She transforms scents into perfumes and leaves the world a cleaner place.
Yes.
Honestly, her skills seem to perfectly combine her talents as both a perfumer and forensic
Like the
cleaner.
black-haired dude, white-haired girl.
Right?
Didn't pay much attention to the lolly.
Emily is an expert with all
The
kinds
lolly,
of scents.
like the small
No
character,
suspect can
she
hope
kind of,
remain in the
I
shadows while
think,
Emily is on the case.
like
She always
the
manages to
riding thing,
discover
like
the
whatever
truth.
she was riding, I think that's
Ooh,
like
are we gonna get the chance
like
to see her
it's probably
forensic
like a
cleaner
hold E
side?
thing, similar to Kirara's hold E.
Absolutely.
Yes.
During Emily's Emily's
That's sort of what I'm.
the Pommum de Ombre chapter.
That's sort of what I'm getting at. Like what I'm getting.
That has appeared
At
in
least
Sumeru.
that's my guess. I think it's just a hold E ability.
Emelie to uncover a series of mysteries related to this flower and expose the truth once and for all.
Ooh, so exciting!
I love mysteries.
You'll have to leave
I'm
travelers to
100%
uncover the details
playing
for
Genshin again full
themselves.
time.
In the meantime,
But I
have
like the
some
game
other
again.
information
Really?
to share.
Oh, what is it?
The
Oh
upcoming
no,
event,
it just
which is,
sparked
of
my
course,
joy playing again. You know, I think you'll be.
the first
I don't know
phase
how
of
long
version
you've been out,
4.8.
David, but
Travelers look forward to
they
returning
increased the
event
resin
pitches
cap,
from Navia
and
Nilou.
I
Be sure
knew.
to check them out if you're interested.
And in the second phase of version 4.8, we'll have
Yep,
event
there you
wishes
go.
for Emelie and Yelan.
Yelan.
A new 5-star polearm, Lumidouce Elegy, will also be featured on the weapon banner.
I knew that the increased resin cap
A lot of
was going to be
information just now, so
big,
let's
like
take a
not.
break for
It
my
wasn't
sake.
gonna change much, but
Yeah, that sounds
like
good.
it wasn't gonna change much
It's
about like how
also
you
the
know.
right
Obviously,
time
it's
to
not
set
you
the
know
second
they didn't
redemption code
reduce how much
Okay,
time it
we
takes
will see you
to
soon,
for one
travelers.
resin to regenerate. But they just increased the resin cap. But like, it's a huge makes a huge difference in terms of sorry, what's it called? Gameplay experience for me. Because it means that I can log in now. I can log in now, and then I don't have to log in about 12 hours from now to condense one more resin. I can just log in at the same time tomorrow. It makes such a difference. It makes such a big difference. Alright, I'm gonna... I forgot to put the redemption codes in YouTube chat and pin it.
Ooh, it looks like we're headed to a new place.
And if we're headed to a beautiful location, then it's only fitting to wear a beautiful outfit.
Yes, exactly. You are so right. And Nilou and Kirara will get new outfits in version 4.8.
Oh, so excited. I'm so ready. So ready. Oh, okay. Let's start off with Nilou. I took a good look earlier, and I have to say, it's totally awesome. I have to share it with y'all in more detail. Okay, look, take a look, take a look, take a look.
That looks like a mix between... That looks like a mix between Lumine and Kokomi. Isn't it? That's like Lumine and Kokomi in the same character. It looks good though. Like I like it. What does that mean, sus? Isn't it supposed to be a nation? I know like Murata, known as the god of war. Natlan, known as nation of war. Do we get any vibe of it? I mean, it's just a preview, man. Well, you know, I guess... Okay, now that I think about it, they barely showed anything about Natlan, right? Like, remember when Fontaine, like it was the Fontaine previews? They showed so much of it. Like, they showed so much of the world. So many, I guess, what's it called? Landmarks. Like, they showed so much of the underwater stuff. But in Natlan... The Natlan preview, like, it was like, I don't know. They didn't show any yet. Yeah, but like, when it was Fontaine, I think, I'm pretty sure I remember this correctly, but they showed quite a lot of it, even in the 3.8 special program. They showed quite a lot of the world. This time though, they showed more of the characters instead of the new region.
Come with me on a fairy tale journey. I present to you a gift from the forest.
Oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful.
She's so gorgeous. Like, look at all the flowers and like the skirt being petals. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
She's so pretty.
It really
really
suits
cry.
Nilou too, don't you think?
It's it's like a redhead
Shows
Lumine
off her beauty even
Kokomi
more, and
combo.
I'm so happy. Oh, there's also a really
if I
cool story
remember during
behind
the-
this outfit.
Venti
Does
story
everyone
quest
remember
home
the
to the
title of the
windless
version?
wasteland
Yeah,
where one adventurer died.
Summertime
Yeah,
Tales and Tales.
what was his name?
fairy
Stanley?
tales,
Yeah,
right?
Stanley.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's up Natlan.
Exactly.
Won't be
This
disappointing
summer,
because after
travelers will get to
Fontaine, if
visit a
anything
fairy
bad
tale
comes out,
world
people
known
are gonna
as
complain
Simulanka.
a lot
In
because
this
Fontaine
world,
was awesome.
Nilou would get
Fontaine,
a new
I think,
outfit
was awesome.
and
Yeah.
a new identity.
That
I
is
think-
so exciting.
Although I gotta,
It's gonna be so good.
So, I'm guessing Simulanka is the new summer region?
Yep.
I gotta
And this
imagine
fairy
though.
tale
I
world
think
is facing all
I think it's
sorts
gonna
of
be.
crises.
I can't
Travelers
think
will
of a
discover
way for
a
them to make
giant
Natlan
footprint
interesting.
shortly after entering this world.
Because like
Oh
So
my
Sumeru-
gosh. Whoa. That footprint is
there was
huge.
like
Wait
it
a
was
second.
just such a
You have
huge.
to be massive to leave a footprint
Like-
like that.
It was
Oh,
just a
absolutely.
region that
And if
had
you
stuff in
follow
it
the
that
footprints into the
we
depths
haven't
of
had
the
before.
region, then you might be able
We
to
didn't
find some
have like
clues.
deserts in Sumeru,
Origami
sorry,
animals
in
live in this
Inazuma
forest,
and
so
Liyue
you might be
and
able to get some
Mondstadt.
valuable
We didn't have
information from them.
pyramids there.
Ooh.
We
That's
didn't
helpful.
have well, we had underground
I
stuff, but
noticed some
not
of the animals look
really
off-color.
underground
Yes,
stuff.
they do. Very perceptive of you.
Um,
Some of the origami animals are in big trouble. The color of their paper is fading.
what else? Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
and obviously
Yeah. So
Dendro
travelers will need to work together with their friends
in
to
Fontaine
revitalize the
was
forest and
underwater
help those animals
stuff,
solve
right?
this
And we've never
crisis.
had underwater stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. I don't know. Like I can't think of. Obviously, they they got a lot of much smarter people than me working over there, but
travelers won't have to face
I just
these crises alone.
can't
They'll
think of
receive
a
help
way
from
that they
all
can
sorts of companions
differentiate
during their
Natlan.
journey in Simulanka.
Hey, it's Kirara and her new
Because we've
outfit.
already had deserts, right?
Yeah.
So like how? Okay, and I
There's
understand
that guy.
Natlan is gonna be based on
Travelers are
sort
interested
of
in
like
seeing how
Latin
the
America,
events in Simulanka unfold, then be sure to
and
check
so
out
it's
the
not
summer region during the
necessarily like desert
Okay,
themed.
well, since Kirara is wearing her cool new outfit,
It's but
can we take a closer look?
Thank you.
I guess Latin
for
America, there's also
noticing.
jungles there. But we've already had a jungle
Yes.
in Sumeru. So like how I wonder how they're gonna differentiate that. Like how
Scaling walls,
how they're
leaping
gonna make
across
it
the
unique.
rooftops. Nothing new for me.
Yeah, I like that this skin by the way. This is pretty cool.
Scaling walls, leaping across the rooftops. Nothing new for me.
It doesn't suit her character though. Like she's a courier. And I understand that this costume is like it has something to do with the summer region. Has nothing to do with being a courier.
Won't I get funny looks from people if I dress like this on a delivery?
But that costume looks like a 5-star. She like that skin makes her look like a 5-star, I think. I think if you showed this skin to somebody who doesn't play Genshin and doesn't know any of the characters, and like you put it side by side with like 4-star characters, I think they would say this is a 5-star character. The floor is lava. Oh my god. A new hat to steal.
She's
I
so,
like it actually. Like
so cool. It looks like she's ready for
It-
an adventure.
it's similar to Charlotte's
Oh yeah.
design.
Oh, it's adorable.
Okay, it's definitely very Fontaine
The
based.
color, style, and the accessories all
Man, that looks really cool. I like that, man.
complement Kirara.
Now, if only I
perfectly.
could use
She's really
Kirara.
giving me me like a strong impression of a vigilante who comes out at night. You know what I'm talking about?
You
I'll
better
pull
watch
Aqua
out.
for Yelan after losing 4
Well,
50-50s
best
in the
of
open
all,
manner. I'll try again.
travelers will be able to obtain this
Oh,
outfit for free.
well.
Wow.
Excerpts
I
of
mean,
bliss will be scattered throughout Simulanka. Travelers
you'll
will
probably be
collect
very
jeweled
disappointed
weapons
once
and
you get
open
Aqua.
fairy tale
I
tropes
literally
to
have
obtain excerpts
2
of bliss.
Aquas on
After
one of
you've
my
collected enough
accounts.
of these excerpts,
Like, okay, well,
travelers can
not
obtain
really
Kirara's
2
new outfit
Aquas,
for
but
free.
1 R2 Aqua,
You
and
can
like it's
also
level
get
90 and it's
Primogem
just
and
sitting
other
there.
rewards.
It's just
Yes!
completely benched.
Awesome! I know what I'm doing the minute 4.8 goes live. Collecting excerpts of bliss so I can get my
Because
hands on that
I would
outfit.
have to sacrifice
Yeah,
so
get
much
my
crit
hands on that.
crit
You can
stats
definitely
or
copy it.
HP
I love it.
substats
There's so much
to make up for how much ER I'm losing from
Well,
not
there's
using
even
an
more
ER weapon.
content in the big summer update. No. Yes, there's more. Simulanka has a bunch of fabulous events that everyone can enjoy.
Oh, really?
It's just so hard to get her burst back
Travelers
without
can
an
look
ER
forward to
weapon.
4 different kinds of gameplay in Simulanka, and they all follow a unique theme. The first is called Boreal.
Like I remember I tried putting in the effort before.
And destroy targets
What
to
weapon
score
was it?
points and
Hang
earn
on, let me
rewards.
think.
Destroying
Oh yeah,
special
I did.
targets will
I did actually
introduce
try
unique
building her
effects.
for with
I'd really
Simulacra,
love to
and
say more, but
what I ended up having to
all
do
my
is I
travelers
ended up having
experiment
to
with the game.
I ended up
Ooh, oh my
having
gosh,
to
this is
switch
so
to an
cool.
ER
We get to shoot at
Sands,
things mid-air. That's awesome.
ER Sands,
Right? So cool.
and because of that, my
Next up,
HP was
we have
lower.
Flying Hatter's trick.
My
Travelers
HP was
can use a
lower
flying
than
hat
how
to
much
attract
HP I had
players,
when I
allowing
had
them
an
to score
HP
points in a
Sands
variety of
and an
different
ER
games.
weapon.
Oh, hey, it looks like a
And
claw
I had
machine,
to
just like the ones in the
swap a
arcades.
couple of other artifacts that had a lot more
Exactly.
ER and
I
less
am
crit
still
and less
terrible with
HP
those
percent.
things.
You're gonna be good at this, though.
To make up for the difference, because like let's say Favbo, right? So not only are you getting the ER, but you're also getting the extra particles.
Metropole Trials.
So
Travelers
it's
will need
more
to
than
form 2
60%
teams to
ER,
complete a combat trial.
really,
Defeating
that you're
opponents
getting.
will accumulate valor. Filling your valor energy bar will trigger a time for valor, which grants buffs to your team.
Oh, nice.
Defeating opponents while a time
It's
for
really
valor
hard.
is active will earn you even more points.
And I even had,
And
I
travelers
even
who take
have
part in these 3
C1
events will
Yelan,
earn star sale coins.
and it
In
took like
figurine
my
fabrication, travelers
HP
can insert these
went
coins
down
into
by quite a bit.
fantastical fabricators
My crit
to earn
damage,
keepsake
like by the
figurines.
end of it, my
Hopefully
crit
that
damage
makes it
was
even easier
basically
for
the
travelers
same.
to remember their journey.
And my Yelan was doing only like a tiny bit more.
He's just a little guy. Just a little guy.
And it was so much harder to get her burst back
The fantastical
on
fabricators enough
cooldown.
times, they'll be able to invite Kirara to their team and claim special rewards, including Primogems and Serenity Pot furnishings.
Oh, and travelers can display their
You gotta pull for
figurines on
any
good
4.8
frames, both
characters.
inside the
Yelan,
Serenity
definitely
Pot and
Yelan.
around Simulanka.
You know,
don't
the
worry
first
if you
time
don't
I
see the
watched
figurine that
this special
You can
program, because I
also
watched this
gift and
before I
trade
started the
figurines with
stream.
your friends.
I really like.
Yes.
I spent some time taking a look at
Sounds like the summer region gives
Emily's
us
kit.
a lot to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what else.
And I was
version 4.8
really
has in
looking
store.
for a way to.
Oh, okay. You've got perfect
I was really
timing. All right,
looking
let's
for a
take
way
look at
to
the rest
make
of the events in
Emelie
version 4.8.
into like a Nahida
Yes.
alternative.
First up, we're
And
introducing the Imaginarium Theater.
I don't know if it's
A
possible.
once blank canvas has been sitting in a corner
Yeah,
of
because
the
like her
theater
kit
lobby.
is so tied to
Now,
burning. Like she
hybrid
has
colors
burn.
have
She
emerged
has a
on its
passive
surface.
that
This new
that
permanent
gives you
gameplay
burning
mode will launch in
resistance.
version 4.8.
Or like
Nice.
at least makes the
5
team
envisaged
take less
Echoes
damage
challenges will become
from burning.
available in version
She has a
4.8.
passive that makes
Each
her
challenge
do
will
more
correspond to a
damage
designated
um,
character.
to
Travelers
enemies
will
that are
receive 2
burning.
keys of echoes upon
And
entering
yeah,
the
like
challenge,
it's
and
all
each
around
challenge
burning, and like
requires 2 keys to
swapping
unlock. If
Nahida
you
for
complete the
her
challenge, then you'll be able to obtain the
in
corresponding
my
character's echo
current
cosmetic reward.
teams that use Nahida
Yes.
would mean
And
that
once you've equipped
I'm
an
not
echo
doing
onto its
burning.
designated character,
What's happening
they'll
is
have
I'm
a
just
unique trailing
just
effect
using
while
her
they're
for the
sprinting.
off-field
Oh
dendro,
my gosh.
which means she's
These
not
figures
even
with
like
flaming
even if she
feathers,
can
that's
do
so
good
cool.
damage in a burning
Yes, and
team.
Chi-Chi's
If
echoes
I'm not
must be
putting
different
her
from
in a burning team,
Honestly,
she'll probably
you're
do
the
very
one
little
that would
damage.
be super
And
interested
I
in.
might as well run
Right?
Dendro MC at that point, or Kali.
Hold on. I have a question. If we only start off with 2 keys, then that means we can only unlock 1 challenge, right? Are there any other ways to obtain
Pyro
those
Archon
keys?
is probably going to be in
Travelers
5.2.
can receive
Yeah.
1 key from each season
It'll
of
be
the
a great Risley
Imaginarium
burn mouth.
Theater,
That
where
that
they
is true
complete
though.
and
I think she
finalize
is a
combat
good,
performance
a
in
pretty
Act
good
6 or
burning
higher.
character.
Oh, okay, so you can't unlock those echo
But then again,
rewards
I
in one
don't
go.
know if she
Yes,
alone can bring
exactly.
burning
I know.
into the meta.
So take your time, everyone. There's no need to rush. It's not going anywhere. Oh, by the way, you can
Have to go
only
already?
complete the
I don't even
challenge
know
using
how I
its
survived through
designated
school and
character.
all the extra
You're
work
also
after
going to have to pay attention to the character
1
level
hour
and
of
friendship
sleep
level
last night.
requirements.
You actually
The
went to sleep.
participating character must be level 90,
You said you
and
had
their
you
friendship
said you
level
had class
must
in
be
like
8
3
or higher.
hours and you still went to
It's time
sleep.
test how well you
That
truly
was
know your
pretty
characters.
risky.
Sweet.
Yeah. The Envisaged Echoes challenge doesn't just test how well you can use a character.
Yeah, anyway,
but
thanks for
also
hanging
how
out with
well
us
you
for a bit,
understand
one
their
person.
skills.
Take care, man.
Each challenge has
Okay,
specific
so
it's time
there's
to pay
something
attention.
interesting here.
The Envisaged their friendship level must be 8. Oh, time everyone. You can only complete the challenge using its designated character.
So this is in the what is it called? Imaginarium Theater. So it's an update to the Imaginarium Theater. It's basically
Combat performance
challenges.
in Act 6 or higher.
Challenges based
Oh,
on
okay, so you
the
can't unlock those echo
at least
rewards in
according to
one go.
this, standard
There's
5 stars.
Characters will
Okay,
Nice.
well not necessarily
This
standard
new
5 stars, but
Envisaged respond to a
most of them are
designated
standard 5
character.
stars.
Travelers will receive 2 keys of echoes upon entering the challenge, and
Yeah, so based on certain characters, and if we pay attention here,
unique transfer.
We only drag course.
Okay, so you can't unlock those.
Is a combat performance in Act 6 or higher.
Oh, okay, so you can't unlock those echo rewards in one go.
Aw, draft.
Yes, exactly. I know. So take your time, everyone. There's no need to rush. It's not going anywhere. Oh, by the way, you can only complete the challenge using its designated character.
yeah, right there. You can only complete the challenge using the designated character. So if you don't have them, then you can't get it. You can't do the challenge.
Also going to have to
Now, okay, I guess that's fine. Like, if the rewards are literally only these things, like the sprint
Only unlock
animations, because obviously, like, if you don't have the characters, then what good are the animations gonna do you?
rush. It's not going designated character. You're also going to have to pay attention to the character level and friendship level requirements.
Right? So, like, the character's gonna have to be, actually leveled, and like their friendship too.
The participating character must be level 90.
Level 90 as well. Like, you can't just have them at like 80 out of 90.
And their
It's just straight up level 90.
friendship level must be 8 or higher.
Friendship level 8, that takes quite a while actually. Like, even if you use the character in the overworld to do dailies, to do world quests, what else? To do domains, world bosses, weekly bosses, and put them in the teapot, that's still gonna take a while.
It's time to test how well you truly know your characters.
Sweet.
Yeah. The Envisaged Echoes challenge doesn't just test how well you can use a character, but also how well you understand their skills. Each challenge has specific obstacles, and you'll only be able to pass if you fully master the character's skill mechanics.
That's awesome. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Mhm. So ready.
You can also look forward to a ton of events happening in Fontaine. Travelers will get to meet an enthusiastic scholar in Romaritime Harbor, which allows travelers to play Bing Bang Finchball.
And burning
Thanks,
teams will
Basila.
have high personal
Bossima and
damage compared to
Finchball
Naida
seems to
and Ganyu
remind
or
me of
Risley.
something.
They'll have the opportunity
wait,
to burn melt on top
Wasn't
of
there
that.
also
Yeah,
a
that's true.
Bossima in version
Thunder MC kind of
3.8?
sucks in burning because it explodes. Naida, I don't know.
That's right.
She's gonna apply
Bossima we
Dendro
met
again and
last year
again
was
while
a
burning
hydroidolan
Baiju.
replica
Baiju
of a
is the
human who
healer,
once
so no
visited the
damage.
Valerian Mirage
That's
5
true.
centuries ago.
Oh.
She invented the
I think,
earliest version of Finchball. The
what's
Bossima
her
in
name?
Fontaine
Emelie
is her descendant.
Doesn't seem to do anything
Wow.
else
That is such
other
a
than
neat
just
connection.
apply Dendro, at
And
least
since
according
so
to
much
this.
time has passed,
So
I'm guessing that we'll get to
I'm
experience a
guessing
new
that she
kind of
probably
Finchball.
will
Exactly.
do decent personal
Travelers will
damage.
still need to launch Finchballs into target zones in order to score points. But these new stages will have rival Finchballs. Rival
Oh.
Finchballs will make it harder to score points, so travelers will need to strategize based on the situation in front of them.
Ooh, I like the new changes. I'm excited to try the new Finchball.
And that's not the only new addition. This version also has a co-op mode.
What?
So you can be each other's rival Finchballs.
Amazing.
Yes. Travelers
Get her
can
and try with
freely choose
Ganya.
their level while they're in co-op.
That's how
mode.
good she is.
Each level has different terrain
I
characteristics and
don't
types
think
of
I have
finch
enough
balls.
primos for that,
Players
man.
will take turns launching finch balls, and the person with the most points after 4 rounds will win the match.
That sounds really fun, no matter who wins or loses.
Totally. I mean, look at these little guys. Look at the little finches. They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Adorable. Oh, and speaking of cuteness,
You know, this mini game reminds me so much of marbles. Like I don't know what kind of marble games you guys have wherever you are, but the marble games that we had here when I was a kid were literally exactly like these. Where like you'd have to throw your marble, and whoever was like closest, like so at the beginning, you have to decide who goes first, and whoever like throws their marble closest to the line gets to go first. And yeah, like it's this is basically marbles without the throwing. Well, technically there is throwing, but just doesn't look like marbles. You gotta, yep.
does everyone still remember Asagiri's photo taking commission?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Definitely.
Asagiri has made her way to Fontaine, but this time her photo requirements aren't as strict. Travelers can easily satisfy the commission requirements by submitting photos of their favorite characters.
An interval timer mode has also been added, making it easier for travelers to capture their characters in the perfect moment.
Oh, I'm so excited to see what all the master photographers are going to come up with.
Oh yeah. We'll also have the opportunity to
him
meet
as
up with Hosseini and Fontaine, and
a
he's
female
bought an
traveler ever
upgraded
since,
energy amplifier with him.
Zion. Oh, is that what you named your
Wasn't
traveler?
Hosseini studying energy amplifiers in order to graduate?
Zion. I'm sorry.
Does this mean that
Is
he
it supposed to be
still has
Zion or
graduate?
Zion?
Oh no.
Scientific research is filled with obstacles. This time, Hosseini has integrated the energy amplifier with Fontainian technology to create the Hosseini amplifier. And he'll need our help to test it out in combat.
Listen, if we can help him finally graduate, I am definitely in.
Yes, please.
Oh, totally. So, in each stage, travelers will need to form 3 parties to participate in 3 consecutive rounds of combat tests.
Oh, okay.
Each party member will provide a fixed amount of motive force based on their character level.
Mm.
Motive force can be used to set up ley line effectors, which grant buffs in combat.
Oh,
The same character can be assigned in multiple parties, but repeating characters won't provide motive force in subsequent combat trials. So you better keep that in mind while you're forming your teams.
Okay, I get it. So, we need to make sure that each party has enough motive force to receive combat buffs. That way we can obtain a higher score.
Exactly. Once you've configured all the buff slots for a single party, you can also choose a buff to apply across all your parties.
all right.
Travelers will have to experiment to determine the best setup for them.
Awesome! Okay, is anyone else here excited about card games? I know that I'm excited about card games. So, in version 4.8, a couple of old friends are being added to Genius Invocation TCG. New monster cards and action cards will also be available.
Sweet.
Also,
how many
Overflowing
how
Mastery
many
event
people
is
actually
returning
play
in version
TCG,
4.8,
by the way?
so
'Cause
don't miss out.
Let's go.
okay,
All right.
I know
That's all
I
the
don't
event
exactly
that
have the
we
largest
right now.
community out
So
there.
next,
But
let's
there's
talk
like
about system optimizations.
I've never
Sarah's
seen
on a
anyone
roll
come into
today.
chat,
Thank you.
whether it's somebody that
Okay,
comes here
first off,
regularly
the
or just
encounter point system
randomly
has been improved. In version
and talks about TCG at all, ever.
4.8. Okay, first off, the encounter point
Oh,
system has
optimizations.
been improved. In version 4.8, excess encounter points earned from daily activities can now be stored.
Oh.
Travelers won't have to
excellent.
worry about them going to waste anymore.
Okay, so how do we use the points that we've stored?
Well, travelers can convert their long-term encounter points into daily encounter points by spending original resin. Long-term encounter points will be reset during every version update that ends with .0.
That's pretty cool. So they don't just go to waste anymore. They kind of get saved up.
0.
And anyway, we're using resin. We're using resin anyway, so we're just gonna. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. So if we have some extras saved up, I wonder if there's a limit to how many you can save up. If you just have some saved up, you just go do your resin stuff, and that also includes your dailies. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat, actually. The teapot mains exist. TCG mains aren't impossible. Don't you think it's kind of weird that Snezhnaya is 7th region and Natlan is the 6th? But we have no more information about Snezhnaya than we have about Natlan. That's probably them trying to make... that's probably them trying to... Because, okay, it's them trying to make Natlan feel more exciting. It's them trying to build hype for Natlan. Because some players might say, like, oh, we don't know anything about Natlan. Right? Because, like I said earlier, I can't think of how they're going to make Natlan unique. And, like, I don't know. So, Snezhnaya, like a really snowy place, okay, we already have that. We had Dragonspine. But then, like, a really big snowy place, okay, that we didn't have before. But, and yeah, it's probably gonna be very different because we're so far away from home, and there's gonna be a ton of Fatui probably. But then Natlan, like, I just can't think of a way for them to make it unique, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why they've kept so quiet about Natlan. Like, they haven't said anything about Natlan. To try to build up hype for Natlan. Because, like, I don't know, it makes me think that there's nothing else they can use to build hype for Natlan. So, yeah, that's something to think about. Like, so they're artificially building hype for Natlan, but just keeping quiet about it because there's nothing else they can use to build hype for it. Now, okay, I hope that's wrong, because if it is wrong, then Natlan is gonna turn out to be great. But if it's not wrong, if my conclusion's right, then yikes. What info do we have on Snezhnaya? Yeah, just like David says, like, we have playable characters from Snezhnaya, and we know that we know, like, okay, so the Fatui is from Snezhnaya. A lot, like, the Catherines are from Snezhnaya. We know stuff like that, right? Like, there's stuff so far, like all the way from the beginning that has something to do with Snezhnaya, whereas we've just had nothing from Natlan. The only thing we've heard about Natlan is that Stanley died there, and that's it.
In other words, the first update for a new region. That means the first reset will occur in version 5.0.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
You know what? I'm actually pretty happy about this because, like, this means I don't have to keep stopping. Okay, so, all right, here's what I'm doing now with my encounter stage points things. So, in game, so typically I do a character quest or an Archon quest or a big world quest in one go, at least once, so that I could do it on stream and I'd have footage of it, for in case of, I need it for future use. But on my other accounts, I don't do it in one go, because I do them in chunks. The chunks that give me enough encounter stage points to do 4 dailies. And then that's it. I stop for that day, and I continue the rest of the quest the next day if there are no events. But if there are events, then I won't do the quest just yet. I'll just put it on hold until I don't have any more rewards from events to claim. But with this, it means I could just go, like, I could just spam through all the quests. Granted, if there's no limit reached. Wait. Long-term encounter points. Is there a limit on how much you can save? That was my question from earlier. I wonder if there's a limit of how much you can save. I don't think they mention it at all.
You can spend them immediately. Yeah, or you can save them for a rainy day. That gives travelers a lot more freedom.
Ooh!
Although I
zero.
did see
Reset
from earlier that they had more than 5.
Related news. Counter earned from system
Oh, here. Yeah, and then they used up 2.
has been improved. In version 4.8, excess encounter points earned from daily activities can now be stored.
Oh, we use the points that were points by
Yeah,
spending
at the very least, you can save up more than 4. So that's at least cool. It's not like
original resin.
at least it's not like condensed resin that you can only have 5. I'm not very optimistic about the mounts for exploration in Natlan. They look more like just a regional thing. If they could be brought out of Natlan, that would be awesome. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, or you
Like,
can
think
save them
about
for
the
a rainy
swimming
day.
in
That
Fontaine,
gives travelers
right?
a
You can
lot more
only
freedom.
go underwater
Also,
in
the
Fontaine.
cooldown for all world bosses will be reduced to 10 seconds.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is pretty big, by the way.
Cooldown for
listen to
all-
this.
That gives travelers a lot more freedom.
Ooh! Also, the cooldown for all world bosses will be reduced to 10 seconds.
Why did it take 3 years for this? That's big. 10 seconds? You can literally kill the boss, claim your rewards, teleport out of there, and then, I don't know, like, get up and stretch, and then teleport back. Why did it take 3 years to do this? That is most likely you'll turn into a dragon or do your exploration stuff. That's, they haven't brought back the Soroush mechanic. So I get the feeling that we're probably gonna have version 2 of that in Natlan. Remember Soroush in the last part of Sumeru? I get the feeling that we're gonna see that again, like version 2 of that. Stingy as always, Mihoyo, typical Mihoyo behavior. You know what I think happened, like why they decided to implement this change specifically? And like it's such a drastic change too, right? Like, okay, I don't know if like how long it takes for world bosses to respawn currently, but it's certainly way longer than 10 seconds. Like way longer by miles than 10 seconds. So, like, why such a drastic change? I think they were probably anticipating. They were probably anticipating a lot of players that all of a sudden have a sudden need to level up a bunch of characters. I think that's it. And okay, but why? The Imaginarium Theater. Right? Imaginarium Theater. We've talked about this a bunch of times. Imaginarium Theater, it doesn't even just incentivize you. Like, it basically forces you to have to build your account horizontally. And I'm sure a bunch of us already have a bunch of characters, right? Like, even the players that don't invest horizontally, the players that invest vertically, like, despite only having 2 or 3 team archetypes being leveled and built, they probably have, like, I don't know, like 3 times more of those characters that aren't built. And now, all of a sudden, because of the Imaginarium Theater, they have this sudden need to build out their roster. The characters that they already had, but just completely benched since forever because they didn't need them until now. So I think this change was them thinking, okay, after we release Imaginarium Theater, players are probably going to need to level a bunch of characters. And they're going to complain. And we're going to have issues if we don't do this. 3 minutes. See, like, that's such a huge difference, right? From 3 minutes to 10 seconds. Like, 10 seconds probably isn't even enough for you to, like, stretch. Like, get up from your desk and stretch. And then, like, sit back down and then teleport back. Like, for players who have really low-end devices, 10 seconds, that's like... It probably takes you longer to teleport away and back. for players who have lower-end devices. AR-59, just 2 boss drops. Why not and no elemental shards? Oh, as for 600 Primo, Amruta, Pool, and Sorush, remember? Yeah. Yeah, as for like, okay, they're they're very unlikely to increase rewards. Like in that regard, Baku. Like they just, if you are okay, so technically it doesn't really cost them anything, right? Like if you think about it, all it takes for them to increase rewards per amount of resin would just be making just deciding to do it and then doing it, because it's just all code, right? It's just all code and data. Now, granted, it will indirectly affect sales, because more rewards per amount of resin means per resin run means that people who do buy resin, you know, using Primogems and Genesis crystals ultimately, will be buying less. Like they'll need to buy less. So indirectly, yes. But then how much would they be losing from that? Probably not a lot, because there's probably really only a handful of players, especially at this point, right? Like 3+ years into the game, at this point, that's still resin refresh. A bunch of whales, especially like the whales that started off early in Genshin, like they've moved on at this point. They probably just spend money whenever a new character comes out, and that's it. I could try that thing, but I'm still lacking 3 or 4 characters. Yeah, and it's I don't know how they plan to address a lot of players just lacking characters, lacking the number of characters needed to even do Imaginarium Theater. I'm assuming that's probably why they added the medium mode, whatever the middle one's called, and the easy mode. I'm assuming that's probably like one of the reasons why they added the different difficulties. And I think it certainly helps, but for the end game players who feel like my characters and teams are strong enough, are way stronger than they need to be, but I hate this that I can't complete this because I don't have enough characters. So I don't know how they plan to address that. Now the thing is I don't think they really care, because most of the players that have very few characters, very few but very strong characters, are F2P. Because the fact that your characters are really strong means you actually put in the effort to build them well, because you knew that you were only going to have them at C0 with no signature weapon. So you put in the time to learn how to build them well, because you knew that you weren't gonna have constellations to make them stronger in that regard with constellations and weapons. So what does Hoyo care? Like, right? What does Hoyo care about you? Like, all their whales are good. Because all their whales have every single character. All their whales characters are way stronger than they need to be, even if built improperly to deal with, to deal with combat in IT, in the Imaginarium Theater. And because they're whales, they have every single character possible. They have way more than enough characters to deal with it. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, there are problems with the Imaginarium Theater now. But it's not Hoyo's problem. How many characters can you borrow from friends in IT? I think only one. Yeah, I think there was like a pretty clear like indicator where you could only like borrow one character. I don't remember how to. I don't know how to describe it, but like I remember it was like in the user interface. What are we talking about? What's up, Anoko? Sorry, man, didn't notice you just got here. So yeah, like so we are this discussion about the Imaginarium Theater and like free to plays versus whales started off because of this.
The cooldown for all world bosses will be reduced to 10 seconds.
That's pretty big, right? I think now the world boss cooldowns are at about 2 or 3 minutes, and like they're gonna go down all the way to 10 seconds. That's fast. That is way shorter, like a totally different game. Yeah, you can farm for the characters faster. Yes, because they have the sudden, I guess, surge of players who are frantically trying to raise their characters. And I think this is just them. This isn't them trying to fix our problem. Really, like a lot of us, again, like I said, a lot of the players that don't have enough characters raised, are the players that are probably like min-maxers, right? Like vertical investors. So we've had all these characters there, but just benched, unleveled, because we don't need them, because our characters and teams are strong enough to full start Abyss. And then all of a sudden, we have a different end game now. Abyss. Okay, you know that like Hoyo's like, you know that thing that you used to be able to easily do before? Okay, so we're gonna take half of that away, but we're gonna give you the other half in this new shiny form. And like, okay, here it is. And enjoy. But then like it's different, right? It's different because like the old setup of most of these players' accounts just doesn't work for Imaginarium Theater. If only I got those Battle Pass and Wilkins every month. Yes, I can do that and stop complaining. Yeah, I think the Battle Pass isn't very good value for how much you're getting for how much you're spending. I mean, like I think the Battle Pass is very good if you're just starting off, because the Battle Pass has so many materials in it. XP books, Mora, resin, XP books, Mora, resin, what else? The talent books, right? I think the Battle Pass is really good, really only if your account is new-ish, like until around maybe AR 50, 55. And I think after that, I don't know. I don't think it's very useful anymore. And like if you are like if you're like a smart gamer, like unlike me, and you figure out how to play how to play, how to do all this stuff in Genshin, all the recurring stuff in Genshin, and you start today, by month 3 or 4, you'll probably be at around AR 50, 53 to 55. Month 3 or 4 means that you will have only had 4 battle passes. So either one R4 battle pass or 4 R1 battle pass weapons. One R4 battle pass weapon or 4 R1 battle pass weapons. And like at that point, when you realize, okay, I don't need these extra mats anymore, so I'm gonna stop getting the battle pass. Okay, then that's it. You're not getting any more battle pass weapons. I'm 7 months in and I'm AR 57. Yeah, that's natural, man. That's normal because like the difference between, so if I don't know if you've, I'm sure you've noticed this, but like how much AR XP you need to get from AR, yeah, from AR 1 to 45. No, wait. No, sorry. That's wrong. That's wrong. From AR 45 to 55. 45 to 55 is only a little bit more AR XP that you need to get from 55 to 56. And that's 45 to 55, and it's only a little bit higher than how much AR XP you need to go from 55 to 56. So there's such a huge difference. Like going from AR 1 to 55 is like probably takes like maybe, with active gameplay of course, like 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. But like going from 55 to 60 is gonna take you another like year and a half maybe. Outside of the 11 character restriction though, Peter is just a skill issue. Boss 1 can be done with trials alone. Trial Arlecchino can do bosses, 2, 3 placeholders. Yeah, but then like there's only 6 trial characters, and only 2 of them are, well, I guess there's Wander. Yeah. So I guess okay. So there's 3 DPSs there. So who was it again? Toma, Kuki, and Farzan. Yeah. Toma, Kuki, and Farzan. So I don't think it's a skill issue because like anyone with a decently built character can deal with Imaginarium Theater. Now, granted, you know, in if you just don't have enough characters built, then or if your characters are just, I don't know, poorly built, or like you're on a very young account, then at that point your characters and teams are going to just barely have enough DPS to, because like Imaginary Theater, it's not like, you know, like everybody says Imaginary Theater is easy. Yes, it is, but it's not like you don't just one hit enemies either. So there is also a certain amount of a DPS check in it. Like it also does have a DPS check, and people just say it's easy because the amount of DPS that you need to pass this DPS check is just way lower than how much you need for Spiral Abyss. So yes, if you're just under, or if you just barely pass the amount of like this DPS check, your character builds, then yes, it is very easily a skill issue if you can't get through it. But once you cross that, then no, it's not a skill issue anymore, really. It's just how badly did you how how badly did you not horizontally invest? I saw more people saying it was hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard in a different way. It's not hard combat wise, but it is hard for a lot of new players though, because like a lot of the newer players, like not necessarily new players, but players who are on younger accounts. So number one, their accounts haven't existed for long enough for them to accumulate enough Primogems to wish for a lot of characters, to be able to have pulled for a lot of characters, right? So their character options are very limited. And on top of that, it's a young account. Their artifacts and their weapon options are also very limited. So they're just like they're having a hard time passing the DPS checks in Imaginarium Theater, and because it's a young account, they're also having issues in passing the how many characters do you have raised check. There's 6 minute special program. Yeah, it's pretty short. It's not a 0.0 special program.
Oh, yes.
I know. That should make it a lot easier to farm materials.
That works perfectly with the changes to the encounter point system.
definitely.
You'll be able to convert encounter points even faster now that cooldown periods are shorter. That's super.
Wait, what? You said want to farm for Raiden talents, but the domain isn't unlocked? You haven't unlocked it? Wait, but didn't you have... Weren't your talents leveled already? I think I remember your burst was level 8. Did you just use... Was that just purely from event rewards? Isn't open. Oh, okay. Alright, it's fine, man. Just condense some resin and then hold on to it until then.
Super convenient.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we've also got new optimizations for travelers who love to follow the game's stories. We will now have a one-click optimizations for travelers.
What key is it? Press this. Is that the slash button? Okay. Yeah, it is the slash button. That's pretty neat.
Awesome. Well, we've also got
Yeah, that's that's pretty neat. That's actually very
new
clean.
optimizations for travelers
It
who
feels
love
so
to follow
awkward.
the game's stories. We will now have a one-click hide UI feature, which will hopefully provide a more immersive experience. In addition, we'll be getting a new feature that allows travelers to review dialogue text and audio in their current conversation. So don't worry about missing out on any
Oh,
details.
thank goodness.
Ooh, that is perfect for travelers who like to take screenshots and travelers who like to analyze the dialogue.
Oh, you can look forward to a bunch of other optimizations in version 4.8. Some domains in Mondstadt and Liyue will be adjusted. Travelers can Some domains in Mondstadt and Liyue will be adjusted. Travelers can choose to lower their world level once they've reached world level 3. The difficulty of the license to glide
Okay, this really got me. I was like, so they reduced the difficulty of this?
quest will also be lowered. Just to name a few.
Oh, yes, that will be so helpful for new players. It'll be easier to pass Amber's gliding test.
Oh, I know.
I don't okay. This is something that I don't think anyone's talked about for ages. So, was there a problem about the wind gliding thing? The wind gliding, licensure thing? A lot of new players, and they kind of fail at that a few times, but they get through it enough. Well, although I can certainly picture out players who play on mobile, not not serious mobile players, but very casual mobile players, and people who the types of gamers who play games like Plants vs Zombies or play Candy Crush, on the bus on their commute to work, right? Like those are very casual mobile gamers. So I can certainly picture out those types of players having a problem with this, like with the gliding stuff. But it's oh wait, okay, yeah. I totally understand why, because this is so like you go through this so early on in the game that I think they probably noticed that a lot of players who install Genshin and play it for a while stop and then like uninstall the game after after trying this out. Like they have that data, so they probably know like that a lot of players are failing this, or at least a lot of like casual new players are failing this and then like not playing anymore and then uninstalling Genshin. Yeah, because okay, the thing is, so Hoyo clearly has not been favoring older players. It's been very obvious to a lot of us for a very long time now. So they are certainly focusing a lot more, like way more, on the newer players, right? Like especially with all the new features that they added. Like for example, like the artifact guide stuff, right? Like there's the guide system thing, whatever it was called, right? That's that's clearly catered, made for new players. If not new players, then at least like very super casual players. And not the long-term players who long-term and hardcore players. So I think this might be more like Hoyo realized, oh, a lot of players who are trying out the game cannot get through this and are uninstalling. Retention typically isn't high on the Lost. For many established games, list for many established games. That is true. But hey, Hoyo, Genshin is a 3+ year old game, so it's not. Its heyday is way back there in the rear view mirror, and so they, they gotta. I don't know. They gotta. I guess. I don't know if nickel and dime is like the right term for this. Like they're not nickel and diming the players that are spending on the game, but they're like trying to, I guess, reduce as much the players that are quitting even before they truly get started on playing the game. And they're trying to get as many. No, they're trying to lose. No, they're trying to not lose as many of the players that are trying out Genshin, just because of like something, something like very minor, like the wind gliding licensure thing. Because they've doubled down on it, right? Like they've doubled down on it on like not prioritizing older players, long-term players, and the hardcore players.
Welcome back, travelers!
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mr. J?
All right.
How you doing, man?
Straight to
How's
the
your day?
information that I promised.
Whoa, what's that? Looks so cozy. I want to be there.
I know, right? Okay, listen carefully, everyone. I have an important announcement. Hoyo Fest is coming soon. Yay! For those of you who might not know,
is Hoyo Fest, by the way? Like I've never really had any interest in looking up any footage about Hoyo Fest. Like, is it an online event? What is it? Is it an offline event? I have no idea.
Online and offline events. By participating in these events, you'll
Just
have
sat
the
down
chance
for dinner.
to obtain
Hey,
Hoyo
nice,
Fest
nice.
themed merch,
Are you?
event exclusive
I'm alright,
gifts,
man.
and both
Pretty
in-game
excited.
and
Pretty excited.
out-of-game
There's gonna be a
rewards.
Yelan
Feel free to
rerun
join in on the
soon.
fun, travelers. More detailed
If I
information
could
will
just
be posted
find the
across
thing
Genshin
here.
Impact's official accounts, so stay
Somewhere
tuned.
here.
So exciting. We
Yeah, there's
also
gonna be a
have an
Yelan
exciting
rerun.
collaboration to announce.
So
Genshin
Navia,
Impact will be
Nilou,
partnering with one of the largest
Yelan,
aquariums in
and
the world,
Emelie
Sea Aquarium.
in
Hopefully,
4.8.
travelers will be able to participate in an entirely new collaboration experience.
Oh, I don't think Genshin Impact has ever teamed up with an aquarium before. Let me think. It's gotta be a Fontaine-themed collaboration, right?
Yes, you guessed it!
Nailed it!
This event will be based on Fontaine. Sigewinne, the head nurse at the Fortress of Meripede, will guide travelers as they encounter marine creatures and explore the mysteries of the deep sea. Keep an eye on Genshin Impact's and Sea Aquarium's official accounts for more information.
Oh, I'm so ready. Fish time. Awesome. Now
Manifest
for some
2023 had many
out-of-game
physical
genius
locations in
invocation
Southeast
TCG
Asia.
news.
Ah, really?
Woo! The knockout stages of Astra Carnival, the Prince Cup for the Atlantic, and Pacific regions will be held soon. The Atlantic stage will take place on July 27th, and the Pacific stage will be held on August 2nd. So look forward to a
Genshin's
fierce
collabs are
showdown
so
between top
normie.
players from those two regions.
Amazing!
There's also a little surprise in store for you all.
I mean,
Before the knockout stages begin,
okay, the
all
thing is
travelers
though,
will receive a commemorative card
so think
back in
about
their in-game mailbox.
how like very large
So be
YouTubers
sure
or
to
like
follow
Twitch
the
streamers,
official Astra
like
Carnival
at some
account for more
point they
information.
move on
And that's
to
not all.
at some point in their careers they move on to getting sponsorships, right? They get their own sponsors. At some point they start making their own merch. At some point, if they get way big enough, they start having their own event, right? Their own annual event, their own like convention. I remember one of the earlier like big online, I guess,
Alright, that's all
communities,
the information that we have to share.
was Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth
it's
and
almost
Achievement
that
Hunter
time
in general.
again.
And other than that, there's like all the other indies, like the ones that are like there were like solo.
Oh, well, is there anything you wanna
And then
say
another
before we
one
go?
that is also kind of big now.
I'm very excited for
is
the
that has their
costumes
own
for
event
Nilou and
is
Kirara. They
LTT.
are so adorable, and I can't wait to see like their new roles that they get to play in this new
So-
event. I'm so
and
excited
Hoyo.
for this. I can't wait.
Hoyo is
I
following
too,
in
as
those
an
footsteps.
Unbiased individual, I'm excited about that. But
Like,
I'm so
I don't know, like,
excited too. For the
what?
icons.
Why
Like,
is?
I'm so down for all of this customization.
Why are
and the music.
conventions
Oh,
seemingly
I'm so
the end game
Listen, I'm just
of
very
these
excited.
types of?
Well,
Like
I
I don't
just
know,
wanted to
like
say, I'm
why
so excited
conventions,
that you
like
all
physical
get to
conventions, are
finally
so
meet
expensive to
Emily.
host.
I really hope you like
I mean, like look at
I know,
E3. E3's
totally.
dead, right?
And I am super duper excited for Hoyo Fest and also for the Sea Aquarium collaboration. That is so exciting and cool. I can't wait to see what happens with that.
So epic.
Yes. All right. Well, this is the end of the special program. Thank you all so much for being here. And yeah, I guess we'll see
Already
y'all
went
in
shopping for
game.
Hoyo merch?
Okay, bye.
Not buying more from Hoyo Fest.
Thank
You went to a
Bye.
Hoyo Fest location? Here we go, Natlan. This is basically Kirara 2.0, isn't it? Like, that's Kirara 2.0, climbing up walls. Wait, that's a map. That's a map. Hang on. I'm trying to get some little details here and there. Oh, there's a big tree here somewhere. And then, so this looks like an upper sort of area, but it seems like it's a desert. Okay, there's a structure over there. Flamerara. Flamerara. I gotta say their character design. Okay, so like from from what I've heard, so Natlan's gonna be based off of Latin America, but like I'm looking at like okay, just these two. I don't know, like okay, I'm not obviously I'm not like a culture like an ancient culture expert, but like somehow they managed to make the character designs all like very, I guess, unique to each region. I don't know, like if I put these characters next to Fontaine characters, I will clearly see, okay, these are not Fontaine characters. Do you think that is a special dash? It's possible because like don't we have something similar to that from Arlecchino? Right? Doesn't Arlecchino like the whole like I forgot how you do it on Arlecchino, but like the whole thing where she dashes, she could dash over water and like have like one wing, um, and like just eat up her stamina in 2 seconds. So I think this is one of those because like look at where she starts. She like they start doing it. Okay, so this is the beginning, right? Like the edge of the water, and like where they're going towards is not very far. So I imagine this is gonna be something very similar to what Arlecchino has. Yeah, so they were clearly they purposefully did it on so shallow water, and not a very far distance. These look like they're from another game. They do, right? They actually do look like they're from another game. I guess these are going to be the Eremite equivalent enemies of Natlan. The side view. They look like ZZZ a bit. That's true. They do look a bit like ZZZ characters. And that's it. Yeah. There's not that much to talk about really. So, okay, I guess so the obviously Emelie is the main topic here. Emelie, the reruns. Reruns are kind of okay. It's like so who is it again? Hang on, where are those? Oh, here. There.
We'll have a
Yeah, so we have a Navia and Nilou rerun, which is fine, right? They're okay characters. It's just that they're not very sought after characters. Like not a lot of players, not a lot of players are. They're just not very hyped characters. And the players who do want them will pull for them, and the players who don't want them, like for combat reasons, will not pull for them. I think the most hype character here is probably Emilie and Yelan. Emelie, because she introduces a new mechanic. Sorry, not mechanic, but like she introduces, or at least she's going to try to introduce a new meta into the game, which is the burning meta. And we're gonna have to see for ourselves whether that's actually gonna be good or not. Yelan though, yeah, like solid character, very much proven already to be good. Why they so white? Hoyo be racist. Definitely getting Navia this time. Nice. I guess, I actually don't mind that they're rerunning characters like these, like not super highly sought after characters before 5.0. I think it helps out the F2Ps and low spenders because we finally we get a breather. We get a breather. It's not like three highly sought after characters in one version update. Right? Like it's just at least there's one. and one of them is just a rerun. So a lot of players already have her. So we like those players are not gonna need to pull for her. Probably gonna pull for Emelie if they even want Emelie. So yeah, they're giving us a breather before Natlan, because Natlan, you're gonna have a bunch of new characters from Natlan. So I appreciate that they're giving us a breather. Put Ryo on the banner, Risley on the banner, so I'd have more time to save up for Yelan C1. Yeah, I actually I don't think I'm gonna be able to get Yelan C1 actually. I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful. I barely have primos and I'm on very low pity. And on 50-50. My story is gonna be so bad. This is Natlan, yeah, a new region. Ay. Oh, by the way, guys, please, Primogem codes, please claim them. They're in the pinned message in YouTube chat. Claim them because I don't know how long they last. I think they last like somewhere between 12 and 24 hours. Probably less than 24 hours. I'm adding it to the description as well. Just like how Kave is stuck in Alhaitham's basement. Here's the cake stuck in Fontaine base. Oh man. I wonder, well, you know, I guess it's possible that maybe so Kave, they might be holding off on Kave. Oh, you know what? I think they're holding off on Kave. Oh, well, okay. There's a pretty good reason why they haven't rerun Kave. Because remember the whole Kave deleting stuff in your world fiasco? That was a pretty big deal. And I think they're letting that simmer. They're waiting, they're holding off on rerunning Kave because they want players to forget about that before they rerun Kave. Jenna is stuck in Goaban's basement. I understand. I think yeah, like because so okay. Remember Eula, right? Like where Eula was one of the more recent characters that didn't get a rerun for forever. My ping is high. Let me see if I can fix that. So it's not, you know, I mean it's high, but like it's higher than usual. Huh. It is a little higher than usual. See if we can get it even lower. Okay. There it is. Oh, no. Why am I doing dailies? No. Don't do dailies. Please. Hey, what's up, Kirak? How you doing, man? So, sorry, Eula, right? Eula took a very long time to rerun. Because, you know, like, we all know that Eula is hardly a very sought-after character. Ah, there it is. Sorry, did I say sought-after character? No, not a very sought-after character. And it's the same with Kave. The thing is, like, Kave is sort of like Nilou. Like, he's like budget Nilou. and he's a 4-star. So he's just like, even if he's at C6 with like really high investment, he's just nowhere, he's just not gonna be anywhere near what Nilou could be, or like any Bloom team could be. And you might as well, especially with most Dendro teams, like very low investment, very high return, like very high damage DPS floor. Like a lot of players would rather just invest in those teams instead of a Kave team. So that, plus the whole like Kave deleting people's stuff in their world, fiasco. Yeah, they got plenty of reasons to not rerun Kave. Shenhe as well. Shenhe is very similar to Eula in that she's like, because her kit is just so niche. Well, Eula is a DPS, but then she's just not a very good DPS because, physical. And in Shenhe's case, her kit is very niche. So very few people are going to pull for her. So it would be just kind of a waste to rerun her, really. And yeah, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be a while before we get a Liyue themed version update. Eula is just for whales, honestly. If you can't nuke a million, it feels really meh. I agree. Yeah, I certainly agree with that. Oops. Darn it. Okay. Well, this is annoying. Oh, there's one more. Kokomi one. That's true. Kokomi hasn't had a rerun in quite a long time too. Real talk. Who is Emelie? Emelie is okay. If you remember, if you remember Ying then you'll know who Emelie is. Emelie is basically Dendro Ying. What? Oh, those are explosive ones, okay. Well, they don't even blow up everything. Yinghu? I have no clue. Oh, if you remember the Liyue Archon quest, there's this there's this NPC this lady NPC who had some really sus dialogue, helped us make perfume. Do you remember that? Sussy perfume lady, yeah, exactly. Oops. Forgot this one was moving. Yeah, she helped us. She helped us make perfume, and she told us to stir really like, what was it? Yeah, to stir really gently. That was that's one of the things I remember her saying. Been like 2 years, and I drank heavily through Liwa. Alright. Well, you certainly will not remember that then. But yeah, Yinger is an NPC perfumer in Liwa, who was also in the Liwa Art Conquest. And that is basically Emelie, but Dendro. You sub here. Hey. Thanks, Kirak. So, did you see the special program yet, Kirak? Oh, that was nice. I got it from behind. Not bad. Darn it. There you go. Don't know. What? The special program. This thing, dude. Okay, wait. Where is it? Do you even play Genshin? I mean, you're welcome to hang out even if you don't. But if you do play Genshin, and you want just instant 300 primos, like at the very least, redeem the redemption codes. At the very least. There's 3 redemption codes in the pinned message in YouTube chat. Just at the very least, use those. Bro, I'll play the Genshin. Downloaded this game 2 months ago. Have you started playing yet? Oh, missed one. You in Genshin? Yeah, certainly. 2 months ago. So what do you think of the game so far? Oh, darn it. Okay. What? They should cutesy defenseless seals. Have you not done this event yet? You know, I was pretty surprised when I saw it myself the first time. Genshin, Minecraft, PUBG. Are those the games you play now? Not fully, no. Right. Yeah, I saw it for the first time this morning. I was pretty surprised. I missed. Okay, I don't have things. Okay, there. I'm new to this game, but I love this game more than Minecraft and PUBG. Hey, glad to hear that, man. I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying yourself. I haven't had the time yet. Yeah, really doesn't take that much time though. But yeah, it still does take up time. Is there a quest for the end of this thing? Okay, I guess not. Three. Okay, that should be enough for today's dailies. I know, I was just busy all the way up to dinner. Yeah, it's fine, man. You know, so a part of me is really glad that they made Genshin as casual as it is. And by casual, I mean like they didn't make Genshin into a game that's like super grindy. What is your world level? What's the max world level? I don't remember. 7? 8, I think. Alright, I don't remember Iraq, but it's the max level. Need resin. I need to farm artifacts. Everybody needs to farm artifacts, man. Artifacts are endless. Why do you think I'm still farming them, even though I've been playing this game for 3 years? I've been farming artifacts for 3 years now. And I'm not done. Nowhere near being done. Genshin's not grindy? Bro, Hoyo really scrambled your brain. I mean, it's grindy if you're new. Because okay, before Genshin, I was into MMORPGs. And if you... And coming from MMORPGs, if you say Genshin is grindy, I don't know what a grindy game is. A game that takes 10 minutes to do a day is not grindy. Especially when you compare it to how many thousands of hours you need to even get to enjoy an MMORPG. Right? Because like, okay, this MMORPG that I used to play, called, it was called Life. It was from the mid-2000s. You couldn't even get to endgame, like if you didn't put in like thousands and thousands of hours of grinding. Like, and even if you're a whale, like even if you buy everything, like your equipment and stuff, money, you couldn't directly buy money in the game, but like you could buy premium items that you could sell to other players for in-game currency. But even if you spent like thousands and thousands of dollars in that game, you would still need to grind for thousands and thousands of hours just to level up your character. Genshin, like at the very beginning, because well, you know, it's a 3+ year-old game, so there's a lot of Archon quests and like the main storyline that you have to get through to get to the point where you're done with all of it and like you're caught up. There's a lot of there's hangouts, and you don't even have to do hangouts. You don't even have to do character quests. The stuff that you just have to, obviously, is the exploration to unlock the map. And then once you have that, There's kind of nothing to do. Like, everybody's complaining that Genshin has no content. Genshin is in no way at all grindy. Like, it's grindy at the beginning, but then once you're caught up, like, it's boring. It's like, it's the type of game that you play on your commute to work. It's a mobile game, right? So you can easily play it on your mobile device, like an iPad or a phone. And you could very easily play Genshin, do your dailies, use your resin on your commute to work. It's like, and even the event is like a 10 to 15 minute a day game once you're caught up in story. I played WoW. Oh wow. The okay, WoW is WoW is an MMORPG. I didn't play WoW, but I hear people's horror stories of WoW. it's the MMORPG. Takes days to build a character. Yeah, it takes days. Yeah, like, okay. If let's say you pull for a character, a new character, let's say you pull for a Natlan character in 5.0. Let's say that. You pull for a Natlan character in 5.0, and obviously all its materials are going to be in Natlan, which means you won't have all the materials to raise them. You're gonna have to grind them on the day that you get the character. But, okay, what's that gonna cost you? Maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours of getting the materials, the world materials? Like, okay, maybe 2 or 3 hours of exploration, and then like another hour of looking for those materials. Now let's make it let's not be so generous. Yeah. So okay, you gotta unlock the map. Gotta do an Archon quest, a big world quest to fully unlock the map. So let's say that totals to, I don't know, 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours. Let's say you actually want to know what's happening in the story. So you're not just gonna skip all the dialogue. You actually want to listen to it. You want to read through it. So, okay, 8 to 12 hours just to get through the Archon quest and the big world quest to unlock a majority of the map. And maybe let's throw in like 1 or 2 smaller world quests to unlock like underground areas, hidden areas. And then let's add in another 6 hours of just walking around, opening chests, solving puzzles, and general exploration stuff. Okay. So, alright, what's that? Like 2 or 3 days of straight gameplay. Of total accumulated gameplay time. Okay. You've unlocked the map. Just 1 more hour of just collecting flowers and fruits or whatever and killing overworld enemies. Maybe 2 hours, right? Overworld enemies to get materials from them. Okay. So, say 5 total accumulated days of gameplay. Well, there are some materials like from some of the more elite enemies, that you have to wait 3 days for them to respawn. No, wait, 3 days? No, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, they respawn every day. They respawn every day, but there are some like flowers and stuff that respawn like in 3 days. Okay, so yeah, right? 3 real world days. Maybe 9. Yeah, maybe 6. Yeah, maybe 6 because you gotta wait for them to respawn more than once. And then like another couple of hours of actually getting the thing. So let's say 2 weeks to a month, and your character is level 90. In an MMORPG, 2 weeks to a month? Okay. Alright, just for some context, in that MMORPG that I used to play, in a month of gameplay, you could probably get to like level 60. Level 60 out of 120. In a month. But then obviously that's, you know, as MMORPGs go, levels get slower exponentially as you get higher. So okay, and so on the official server, I had a level 114. I had a level 114. So the name of the class was Blade, and so Blade is basically a unit, a melee unit that specializes in single target. And I killed enemies, like one enemy of the appropriate level, like 116, 117, in about maybe 5 to 10 seconds. No, like, yeah, let's say 3. Yeah, 3 to 5. 3 to 5 seconds. And how much XP does that give me? 0.02. If I'm lucky. If I'm not lucky, 0.01. And I need to get to 100% XP to get to the next level up. So that's already, like, I don't know, 6 hours? No, 6 hours would probably get me like 40% XP. Like if I grind, and like there's no bots there. Like in that game, there's no bot. Like it won't just auto farm itself. Like I have to literally sit there, click, press whatever shortcut key I have, like, or maybe double click the enemies. Double click enemies one by one for like, I don't know, 12 to 15 hours for one level up. And it's gonna get even worse. It's literally gonna get even worse. Like once you get to like 119, one enemy at that point, because enemies can only go up to level 120. So because there's no more gap in levels, you're getting less XP. You're not getting more XP because you're not higher. You're not fighting an enemy. You're not killing enemies that are higher level than you. You're getting like exactly like normal XP. And I don't know, maybe I don't know, like 40 hours straight. You could get to from level 119 to 120. And then they also have a sort of rebirth system. So once you get to level 120, you have to get to 99.99 XP again to do the rebirth thing. And then once you get the rebirth thing, so which means like from 120, 0% XP, you have to grind another like 40 to 50 hours to get to full XP, and then do the rebirth thing, and then you go back to level 60. And then after that rebirth process, you will have bonus stats. Your characters will be stronger. But you'll also be only getting about 60 with 50 or 60% XP as you did compared to the last time you were level 60. So you're gonna have to do all of that all over again, but longer. So, yeah. MMORPGs are where it's at if you want to grind. But as for Genshin, no. Takes like 2 weeks to a month to get a character like from 0 to 90. And that's that's worst case scenario. Like new character, new region. You just started collecting the materials today. Because like if you want to, okay, so a video game that's not grindy, but by not grindy, like, okay, obviously grindy or not grindy, this is like subjective, right? Like for example, in our case, like I'm somebody who's played MMORPGs where like grinding for like 1,000 hours is normal if you want to reach endgame. Where are my marbles? What? Oh, come on. And that doesn't... Okay, and that's even just grinding levels. That doesn't even include farming for your equipment. Now, granted, in Genshin, equipment is... Wow. Huh. Now that's something you don't see every day. Where are my marbles? The moment I said that, I realized, I don't think that's what I wanted. That's it came out how I wanted it to come out. And then it's like, alright, I wonder, okay, I'm pretty sure not everyone's gonna notice this, but someone's gonna notice. But yeah, no, like Genshin, relative to MMORPGs, is far from grindy. Really, because like, you don't even need to level up characters. Right? Like, once you have the right number of characters that you need to deal with whatever content in the game you want to deal with, that's it. You just log in, condense some resin, use up the condensed resin, and then if you're done with your quests already, that's it. Maybe do an event or two. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes a day, really. And the thing too is, because Genshin has no PvP, there's kind of no, how would I call it? There's no endless grind that you can do. Like, the only endless grind that you can do in Genshin is artifacts. And there's nothing really even, like, there's nothing keeping you from stopping farming artifacts. Because there's no reason to even, like, once your account is just, like, your characters can deal all the damage you need, can, like, clear all the combat content in the game. That's it. Like, there's no reason for you to keep farming artifacts. The only reason why I still keep farming artifacts is because, look, what else am I gonna do? It was yeah, the MMO brain. It took me a really long time to adjust to Genshin. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't bought the shop stuff here yet. The shop reset a couple of days ago, and I forgot about it. Oh yeah, wait, I got those 2 pretty decent artifacts. So I think it was a Sands somewhere. Okay, I think one of the... I think it was the Hunter set, which was a Sands. Okay. Let's see if this gives us something good. It's really low rolls though, so I'm not expecting much from this. Oh my god. I got so many low rolls. Back percent, jeez. It's not even a high roll. It's just all low rolls. I mean, like, none of these stats are useless, but it's just that they're so meh. Like, okay, 12.4, which means, like, and these are, like, that's like 2 rolls of crit damage, which means, like, what is that, 6.2 on average, but the max roll is 7.8. So, like, useful stats, cool, great, not bad, but could have been way better. Like, if these were high crit rate rolls, this could have been, let me see. How many rolls is that? Hang on. How many rolls did I get in that? So, 4, okay, 4 went into ER. So I would have had... So 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 rolls. Okay, so on average, what is that? 10.1. 3.3. Okay. 3.3 is okay. 3.3 is kind of okay. Because 3.9 is the max. But like this one, though, pretty far. Sands. Where was that Sands? Attack percent, though. Like, I don't even know who I'm going to put this thing on. If Genshin was MMO level of grinding, I wouldn't even bother. I can't even picture out, like, how would they even make Genshin? I mean, I guess they could have... Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Like, so this is what I was trying to say earlier. Like, I was still very much in an MMORPG mindset at the time, like when I started playing Genshin, because I noticed, okay, oh cool, I get XP for killing monsters, and I thought that was the only way to level up characters in the game. But I didn't, like, because there were still like a bunch of quests that I could do, so I didn't. Obviously, I didn't farm enemies just to level up my characters. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, are you even gonna get us? Okay, let's see. Are you gonna give us 20 plus HP percent? I mean, I've had higher before, and you don't even go all the way. Jeez. But yeah, I really thought that killing monsters over and over again was the only way to level up characters. And like, here I am 3 years later realizing, wow, one click. All right, add XP books, level up, done, level 90. MMORPGs could never. I'm sorry, you were duped into playing a super duper grindy game. I did enough grinding in Final Fantasy. You know, I'm really kind of confused about like all the Final Fantasy games, like, cause there's like so many of them. So, most of the time when I hear someone says they played Final Fantasy, because the only person I've seen IRL playing a Final Fantasy game was, I believe it was called Final Fantasy Tactics, I think. Like, I really don't know because this was like way back in high school. Like, how many years ago was that? 18? Yeah, like, I don't know, 18, 15, 18 years ago. My friend played it on his PlayStation 1. Just that's how long ago it was, because like we were still on the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 hadn't even come out yet at that time. Final Fantasy Tactics is dope. You know, adult me would have enjoyed that game. This is so copium. Two rolls went into flat attack. And like all the rolls that went into crit damage. Okay, so at the very least, this is well, no, that's not high rolls. Those are low rolls. Yeah, because like 3 rolls of in 18 would be like around 6%, maybe less per roll. This is like less than 3% per roll in crit rate. Yeah, and like if these like extra rolls that went into flat attack would have gone into like crit rate or crit damage, this would have been kind of better. But man, well, at least I'm kind of having better luck today than I have been for a while now. But I still haven't gotten like a really good piece from this domain. Still just nothing. I don't know what it is about single player campaign games. Like for some reason, like I just can't. I don't know why. Like I just don't find them that interesting. I'm like, this game is so, like there are so many of these games nowadays. Like I don't know, Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider games that are so hyped. And I really want to like get to try them, but for some reason I like when I start playing them, I don't know, I just get bored playing them for some reason. They're just, I don't know why, like to me they're just not engaging, I guess. Because it feels like it's a movie, but like it's a game. Like I have to interact with the movie if I want to keep watching the movie. That's kind of how I feel about it. But like it's also weird because I really liked GTA 5 story mode. In fact, I even played it over and over again. I played it like, I don't know, I think around 8 or 10 times. But for some reason, I just can't get into all the other single player story mode games. My friend shoved his DS in my hands, demanding that I check out Final Fantasy Tactics. I ended up being glued to it the whole night. Let me borrow the DS so I could, so I closed it while keeping it on. Biked home and spent 2 weeks. What? Wait, why didn't you turn it off? Just because you just didn't want to stop playing it at all? You didn't turn it off, you just closed it but didn't turn it off. Oh hey, what's up Blue App? How you doing, man? Buy the Tomb Raider Remastered. What were some games that in my younger years though, I did enjoy um Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PSP and Need for Speed Underground on PC. Like for some reason, those clicked for me. But then like I don't know, maybe it had something to do with me just being younger and like because I was at that age, I just had so much free time. Like maybe it had something to do with that. Like, and I could just like if it's the weekend, I could just wake up, turn the computer on and sit there until bedtime. Whereas now as an adult, I can't do that. Like maybe it has something to do with that. I really am not sure, like, why. And I feel bad about it because, like, I've been playing video games for more than 20 years now. But I've really, like, okay, so I said this already, I talked about this once on stream, I think around last week. I hardly ever go on social media. I have like the only social media I really have is Facebook, and I don't even have an account there because I want to. It's just because I need to. And I randomly it wasn't random. I went there, you know, like to see if the local power company posted any like scheduled power outages. Because Facebook is where they post that stuff, at least in my city. And then I just saw one of my friends' posts where it was like, it just said, list 13 games that tell me who you are. And then I was like, okay. Alright, I'm sure I can get to 13 games. And I started listing games. And got to the point where I was like at number 9. And I realized, wait, there's no more games. I'd have to include like OG console games. Like Super Mario Bros. Like, you know, like the OG one. Yoshi's Island. I'd have to include stuff like that. And even browser games just to get to a list of 13. And like, I'm happy that I've really I've played, like all the games that I played are games that I really truly enjoyed. But it feels kind of weird that all the other people that I know that are gamers have played so many games, and like when they talk to each other, they can get like references when they make jokes of certain games because they know the gameplay experience there because they have played it, whereas I haven't. It feels kind of weird that despite all of us being like the same gamers who played video games for like for X number of years, I feel like I can't get those references because I'm so picky at games. Classic Tomb Raider games are there's puzzles where you play as a badass babe. Modern Tomb Raider is all about the emotional development of the Tomb Raider, i.e. trashed. Okay, was not expecting that. Was not expecting that. But that's sort of like, okay, I don't think I felt that way, but like it was just like it looked so much cooler. Yeah, because like the graphics. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah, I tried to play it. But then like I got through like the opening cutscene. And then once I actually got to the point where I had to play the game, I was like, what is this? It just wasn't engaging. Try the first 4 games. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and find them though, because, well, as you know, I'm from Asia, the Philippines specifically, and the economy here makes for some very interesting dynamics when it comes to the ratio of how much the average person here earns and how much they have to spend to survive. Asia, which literally came up with a YouTube channel to release official anime, which I, by the way, only recently discovered, like within the last maybe 2 or 3 months. Apparently there's a YouTube channel here in Asia called Muse Asia, and they are basically a channel that pays for the license of certain anime, like not all anime, but like quite a lot of anime. And I'm assuming, I'm just guessing, but I think these anime IP holders, license holders, are agreeing to just maybe low license fees from this YouTube channel, because obviously a YouTube channel is not gonna make enough money to pay for like a legit, you know, like, sorry, not legit, but like full, like how much a license to redistribute anime would normally cost. So I'm sure they had to be okay with like much lower costs, because in Asia people just don't pay for a Crunchyroll subscription. I mean, even Funimation isn't even available here. Can you hook you up with a remaster? No. Like there's there's plenty of ways to play it, man. Like truly, there's plenty of ways to play it. In fact, like, I remember, yeah, I think it's mainly because just, you know, I'm an adult, right? Like, when I was in high school, when I was in college, I could literally, wake up in the morning, like, especially in summer or on the weekend, wake up in the morning and then just sit in front of the computer until bedtime. Obviously, lunch and dinner, but yeah. And whereas now, I wake up first, I have to cook rice for lunch. I have to make sure my son eats some snacks at around 10 in the morning. And I have to communicate with some of the parents of my students, depending on if there's a need to. And I have to think about buying groceries. And then by the time that I'm done with that, it'll be lunchtime. And by lunchtime, sometimes I have work to do. And given that I'm in a precarious financial situation, I've been in a precarious financial situation recently. I've had to, like, what little free time I've had, I've had to spend it looking for a job, just, you know, like an online job. Still haven't found one, unfortunately, but it'll get there sooner or later. And by the time that I'm done with that, it'll be afternoon, and it'll be time for me to work. And then dinner, and then more work. And then, well, if there's something to do in Genshin, then stream, and then bedtime, and then repeat. Whereas, and if I, you know, like, if I do have free time, if I do get lucky, and I have free time from the moment I wake up until lunchtime. Okay, cool. But because I hardly have days like that anymore, I generally just spend days like that just doing nothing. And just like either lie in bed or like watch some anime. I think that's why, yeah, I think that's why I just haven't gotten into a lot of these like single player story games. But it hooked me up. I was assuming that you would like let me borrow it or something. Like you had a copy of it, and you'd let me borrow it. And I thought that was kind of embarrassing. Like you'd have to like put in the effort. I don't even know how it would work. I kind of just didn't want to bother you with it. But I mean, like, thank you though. Appreciate it. But yeah, I would feel bad like if you put in the effort to let me borrow it and like I would just end up, you know, like not having time to play it. No, why did I stop? I could just zip up the install file and send. It's tiny and send it. It's tiny and 0 effort. Wait. Okay. Well, the fact that you could just send it to me means this is not like a. This is like a how do I put this? This is like a freedom copy. I'm washed up, so pause the dad lore, please. Yeah. I think I'm done with the dad lore for today. I'll be sure to pack it with Trojans, don't worry. Like actual IRL Trojans. Brad Pitt's gonna be there. And when he comes out, he's gonna look for, shoot, what was her name? For some reason, the name coming to mind is Daenerys and Osiris, which obviously are not. That's wrong. Briseis, there you go, Briseis. I'll go for real now. Alright, man. Brad Pitt, what? I mean, like you said, Trojans. That was a really good movie. I am happy that nobody has tried to remake that movie. Troy from I don't even know what year. 2004? 2005? It's like, I don't know. It's old. It's old, but even in today's standards, I think, well, I guess it's because like CG just wasn't a thing back then, that it was just full on practical everything. It was probably a very, wait, hang on. Why did I never ever think to look this up? Troy, oh yeah, 2004. Troy. $185 million. I don't know if that was a... Okay, I know that's not a small budget for a movie, for a Hollywood movie. Even in today's money. But I don't know how big that would have been. That was in 2004. But I'm just glad that nobody's tried to remake that movie. It's such a good movie, and I'd hate for me to just have the memory of a remake failing a remake of that such a great movie and fail so spectacularly. That fight scene between Achilles and Hector was really cool. Okay. Oh man, okay. Wow. Wow. How did you manage to do that? An artifact that had so much potential and so little potential to fail, but somehow the little potential to fail happened. man. What even are my other EM sounds?
水の味は実に幽怨な趣を持つ。もん の水は木をくすんでいて、リーユへの水は後味が長く続く。稲妻の水は深みがあり、スメールの水は複雑で、じっくりと舌で味わう必要があるのだ。
I guess that's it for today. Really nothing else I can do in the game today. So yeah, anyway, for those of you lurking in the stream, and if you guys need any help building your characters' accounts, making a decision on which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in YouTube chat. Anyway, oh yes, that's right. Don't forget to claim the free Primogems. Again, Primogem codes are in the pinned message in YouTube chat. They're also in the description of this stream, and will be in the description of the VOD as well after stream ends. So yeah, claim them quickly. They expire in between 12 and 24 hours, I think. Probably a lot less than 24 hours. Anyway, if you want my personal opinion, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys.